So as we know, if it's twice as thick and we're still checkerboarding, so we're still kind of alternating between the light green and the dark green, that would mean that the glass will be more opaque. Opaque is the opposite of transparent, by the way, so if you can see through it, it's transparent. If it's opaque, you can't see through it. That's what it means. Sometimes people use that word incorrectly. So the opacity is the measure of how much you can't see through something. It's a bit strange, because most things are opaque, so it's a bit strange to say that they're opaque. But that's what it means. So having it double layered means it's less transparent and more opaque, which is like saying the same thing twice. It's like saying something is more light and less heavy, you know? That's what it means. So it's less transparent if we do it double layered. And so we just want to check the extent to which it reduces to transparency and whether or not that's a good thing in terms of how it looks. Hold on, let me just put that back. Right, here we go. So now that's double layered. It's more opaque. The sun is there. So when we look at, so like there, you can, it kind of completely blocks out the sun already, just from that angle there. Has he got a pink? Oh, it's just enchanted armor. It looks like it's got pink armor on. The problem there is because it's curved, most of the petals are gonna be kind of double layered anyway, because, you know, to approximate the curve you're gonna have to go double layered. And here, like, you can't see the thing behind it. So that's too thick. I think we've kind of proven, just by this simple test, that this is too thick because you can't see anything behind it at all. You can barely see the red. You can't even see the red behind there at all. So that's too thick. We want a glass tower, and then the point of the glass tower is that it's gonna be kind of transparent but kind of not. So 2 layers is definitely too thick with the checkerboarding. And the only reason it wasn't too thick with the other one was because it wasn't a checkerboard. So single layer checkerboard, I believe, is the right balance. And what is this music? It's kind of loud too. This is. Okay, so I think this is yeah, okay, that's good. That's good there. And let me just kind of look at this and see this. So you can't really see the green behind the red there. Guess that's okay. But maybe it's just because of the orange underneath. So the orange is like orange and then green and then orange. So then it's like twice as much orange as there is green. So maybe that's why you can't see it. See that, like the blue behind there, it's kind of interesting. This is very interesting. But only because we've decided to do the checkerboard. If we just did solid glass, it'd be pretty bad. It's not very good. It's too transparent there. Okay. Is there anything else we need to test? I don't think so. I think this is pretty much all we need to do here today. Is there anything else? I can't think of any. If I think of something, I'll come back and add to this video, I guess. So we've decided on a strategy for the colored glass. It also means we need light green lime. How do you make lime dye? So we need red and yellow and green. And how do you make lime? Let me just quickly test the dye to see how we make lime. Hold on. Let me just kind of finish this edge. So, dyes, use carpets. We should test the glass panes as well. I don't think I'll use panes at all. to be honest. But maybe we can test that as well. The thing with the panes is that, no, it's all vertical, isn't it? There's no horizontal panes. So that's not really useful, I don't think. Greens panes? Yeah, it's always vertical, so it's not really all that useful. Although having said that, it automatically layers up, it doesn't... Is it useful? Not really. That's cool though. But only if you're looking at it, you know, straight on. If you're looking at it up or down, then it's gonna be a problem. But this is interesting, look at that. It's like this kind of cloudy sort of thing. Kind of blurry sort of thing. This is cool, look at that. I mean, that's the effect I want, basically. But the problem there is that when you look at it this way, this kind of disappears. And there's nothing there. That's the problem. So we can't do that. Alright, so let's not worry about the panes. Workbench and brewing combat tools materials. Lime. How do you make lime? Let me just green and wait. What is it? Hold on. White, light gray, and yellow. Is it green and yellow or green and white? Let me just green and... Oops, my bad. I'm trying to do that. Green and white. Oh, that's good. So I don't need as much yellow as I was afraid of. So the hold on, let me just put that there. Red. Actually, no, I don't want the pink anymore, do I? Let me just get the orange back. So 1 red and 1 yellow makes 2 orange, okay. So I need a lot of yellow and red and green. I got a lot of white already, I got a lot of bone meal. See, if I was using red and white, then I don't need the yellow at all. Because I can give it pink and red and green. But I don't really like the pink, do I? See the pink? Ah! You know, during the day, the pink is not a problem. During the day, the pink is actually kind of okay. It's just that at nighttime, the pink is really, really pink. Let me just give pink another chance. Let me just give pink another chance. I feel like... You know, I shouldn't... There's a part of me that wants to do pink just because it's pink. Just to, you know, do something that I wouldn't usually do. So let me just give pink one more chance. Because if we can avoid yellow, having to use yellow, then it's going to be a lot easier for me. Because the iron golem farm drops a lot of red, right? And cactus is easy to grow. And you know, the mob trap gives me a lot of bone meal for the white. So these are actually kind of easier than... So red and green and white is easy for me to get compared with orange. See, in the daytime, the pink is perfectly fine. You don't notice the pink at all. Interesting. You know, pink? I don't see any pink, you know? Like when the colors combine together like this. Well, I guess, you know, there you can kind of... But it's okay. Like, it's not... it seems like it's a perfectly fine color. It's kind of like a salmon sort of color, you know? Well, not quite. Salmon's more orange, is it? Isn't it? What is this color? It's okay, it's pink. Fine, it's pink. In the nighttime, the light colors for some reason stand out a lot more than the dark colors. And then the pink becomes kind of too pink. Let me just wait until nighttime and just see this again. And see how we feel. about it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, I think. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's the same color as the sunset. No, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, that's not a... Yeah, maybe it's... No, yeah, I guess I was being unfair to the pink. Maybe I was being unfair. I think the pink is fine. Yeah, the pink's fine. I'm not sure what my problem was. Okay, so red and pink, and then dark green and light green. I know there's a lot of other colors that we haven't tried. Or is there? Yellow? Yellow and orange. So I guess if we really had to have a third color, it will be orange and yellow checkerboard. I guess like grey, black and grey checkerboard. We can do that too. Let me just try different colors here. Let me just do that. I don't know what because there's the lower petals, then the upper petals, and then what? There isn't really anything else, is there? There might be like a central tower, because I can't figure out the staircase yet. So there might be like a central staircase, but I can't build staircase out of glass blocks, because I need half blocks or steps. So that would probably be sandstone. So that might be the yellow. There might be sandstone in this as well. I was saying earlier, there might be sandstone paths, you know, surrounded by the glass. So it might be that there'll be sandstone in this combination, which I think will be fine. I mean, maybe we should test that too. But the yellow and orange looks pretty good. Look at that. Look at that there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's try the black and grey. Black looks interesting. Black glass. Like who? It's pretty amazing. Black glass. The black is black, as you might imagine. I mean, I don't know what else to say about the black and the grey. I mean, it's kind of dark, isn't it? It's kind of dark. Alright, the black is black, as you might imagine. The red, and that's pretty good too. Look at that, that's pretty good too. I don't think I'll use it. Should I use it? Where would I use it? The orange and the yellow. The green, it doesn't have to be green and red, it could be yellow and red. It could be the yellow lower petals and the red upper petals. But then it'd be too much like the mesa. Again, like I do want something that is contrasting with the colours of the mesa. Oh, a witch, look at that, there's a witch down there. So the mesa is orange, and if I have orange and red, and then orange and red, then it'll just kind of blend into the background, and it's not going to stand out. So I really think I need the green there. It can't be blue, because when you're looking up at it, the sky is going to be blue. So then if you use blue, then it's going to blend into the sky when you look up at it. If you use kind of too much red and orange, it's going to blend into the ground when you look at it. So it has to be green, really, to stand out in this environment. So okay, green and red, but that's another option. So if we're going to build something else somewhere else, that's another option. For the future, that might be an option too here. I'm not sure when would you use black. What was it saying? Sandstone. So sandstone and sandstone and sandstone. Maybe wood. Sandstone or wood. The birch wood I also like. Let's just stick with the sandstone. So sandstone You know, it might be a bit like a sandstone path through this thing, I don't know. Like a sandstone staircase going through this thing. Sandstone is very light. Like I said, I might be stating the obvious. Whoa, what did I... Oh, okay. So, well, how does it look? Well, I mean, it looks like sandstone behind glass, basically. I mean, how do you think it's gonna look, right? So it looks like that. And the sandstone might be actually in the shape, not just on the shape. No, it looks pretty much as you would expect. Like, but it might actually be in the shape, and not just on it. So it might be like a layer of. So it might be like a sandstone path. You know, like there. And then it goes back to the glass on the other side. You know, like this. So I'm thinking, like, you know, in the middle of each leaf, there might be like a path. So then there'll be like glass on both sides, and then there'll be like this path in the middle. Let me just put that there, and just kind of put some torches down so you can see how the light looks. Glass. Whoa, I dropped it. Oh, there it is. Let's put that there, put that there, put a torch there. So it'd be like this. So it'd be like you do have glass, and then there's like a path. It's pretty cool, actually. And so underneath it'd be like that. It's pretty cool, actually. And you know, if it won't be just a straight path, there'll be like a curve maybe, or maybe it'll be diagonal. There might be shapes. I can put shapes into the glass as well. That's a possibility, so you can draw shapes in the glass. What else do we need to test? What else do we need to test? I think that's it. I said this a while ago, but then I thought of something else. So there might... I mean, is that it? So again, if I think of something, I'll come back and test that too. But for now, I think this is all we need to test. So the green and the red, the sandstone paths look fine. What I need to do is just spend some time to think about this. Because this is new to me, like I haven't done this before at all. I haven't kind of seen this before at all. This is the first time I've seen it. Although, you know, looking at the sunrise through the colored glass, I think it's going to be pretty special. I think this thing is going to be pretty special. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go think about this for a moment. Actually, let's just look at the sandstone in the daytime before we do anything else. It's also, like, the sandstone also is going to cast a shadow too, so the glass won't cast a shadow, but the sandstone will. So the sandstone will also draw shapes on the ground underneath it, in the shadow. So that's also something to keep in mind. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty special, I think. It's gonna be good. Now, do we really need the checkerboard? Is that really too transparent? Not sure, but it's I don't know. No, that's better. That's better. It's much more interesting. This is much more interesting than that. And you know, when you kind of have it this thick, you can't even, it blocks the sun even though, you know, it's transparent. Like if you walk to a different position and look through it again, it's like if you kind of look like here, it's enough to block the sun. But then when you kind of stand here, you can see the clouds through it. And if the sun was above you, you see the sun through it as well. So depending on where you stand and what the angle is and what the shape of the glass is the music really too loud? Master volume music, I don't know. Let's just turn that down a little bit. That's still too loud. So yeah, depending on where you stand, depending on the shape of the petals, it becomes less transparent or more transparent. That's really interesting. You know, that makes things really interesting. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna think about this for a bit. And if I think about anything else, I'll come back and test it again. But otherwise, we've decided on the red and the green and the checkerboards and the sandstone piles. Alright, good. And this is the importance of testing. Because, you know, before I did this, I didn't know. I learned a lot in this. I don't know, how long have I spent here? Like an hour? I learned a lot in this hour. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this has been a very productive hour for me. Because I figured out a lot of new things. And that's the value of testing. Not just, you know, I could have just went in, you know, just kind of got myself a lot of green glass and a lot of red glass and just built the thing. You know, but then I wouldn't have learned. So the point is to kind of learn. Because learning is good. The opposite of learning is stupid. Stupid is bad. So learn, you know. Alright. I'll see you guys in a bit.